What's up, Soul Fam? Fucking Bakersfield, California. I had to stop at the vape shop. Had to give me one of these. You know, this is a big step. Using these because they're not economical whatsoever. So me stepping into my abundance saying, you know, it saves time. I ain't got to stop and charge this thing. Just grab and go, you know? But like I said, this $20 every time you want to buy one of these things. They last about 2 days. Oh well. But I wanted to just share. I had a mushroom experience yesterday over at the Bay Area. I was over in Berkeley, chilling, and you know, just very like releasing. And that kind of gets into the topic of this video. And you don't need magic mushrooms to undergo this healing. You could do it all on your own. The mushrooms just make it easier. But in order to heal it, you have to feel it, right? But what are you feeling? I think it's important to start labeling the way you feel. Like, for example, my fucking thing that I'm battling right now is lack, right? What does lack feel like to me? It feels really fucking constricting. It feels real tight. Right in my solar plex heart area. Power center. So whenever lack fucking comes up, I feel this tightening of my solar plex. And I become aware of it. And I confirm that it's not real. It's an outdated program that I'm releasing. And I just send love to it. And just give it to my angels. And that's all it is. That's healing, y'all. Heal it. Feel it. Heal it. Let it go. But life's so freaking amazing. Like, I'm sitting there. Like, I was playing around with this car. I finally got the finally got the phone, was able to hook up to the damn car because it's so fucking spiffy. But that thing, like, drives itself. I'll put it on, like, cruise control, and now you could, like, it even steers by itself, but it won't let me take my hand off the wheel. Every time I take my hand off the wheel, it says, put your hands back on the wheel. I'm like, all right. But I could feel it. It goes, you know, back and forth. It's steering the car. And then I'll have it on cruise control, and if a car gets too close, it'll slow down. It's pretty dope. But that's the thing I'm talking about. Like, I made a quick clip on Instagram about I was yesterday I was all fucking hyped up on these mushrooms, and I'm sitting there looking at this car, this fucking bucket. It's a bucket. And I was sitting there thinking like how I was gonna settle for some shit like that. I was just gonna buy a bucket. Didn't care how far it got me, as long, you know, I was just like living in the moment. But then I was like, why settle? Fuck it. I could just get rentals everywhere I go. I could drive a new car every day, every time I need to go somewhere. And the universe tells me this. This is my reality. This is my truth. And if you trust it and just know that your abundance really does come from within. It really does. And just trusting that whatever's meant for you is going to show up the moment you feel it. But I'm still driving, man. Still waiting on this character, Carrie. I don't know who he is. But something tells me, you know, that I don't know why. He was like, you should come out here. And I didn't even think twice about it. But something told me to slide through. But I'm gonna let you know, Carrie, that like everything that you're saying is kind of speaking to me, man, because I love ZZ Top, right? And I'm like Googling ZZ Top, listening to songs on the drive here, and it's Easy Rider, and I'm like, get the hell out of here. And just like these synchronicities are coming up, and the universe says, like, I keep on getting this thing about being a star or something, and I'm like, how? Wait, what? And these are one of these visions I keep getting, and all of a sudden you're talking about this. And then another thing that always been coming up is like taking something great and making it fucking even greater, like remaking movies, remaking music. I see you're also into EDM, bro, and that shit's been following me as well, because I know I'm gonna be making some music too, but like trying to create a new sound, you know what I mean? But like all this is falling into play, you know, and I don't have any expectation. You know what I mean? I have no expectation of anybody, anything, and I'm just going with the flow. I know I'm in alignment. I know I'm in the right place at the right time. Now I just trust and wait for it to show up, you know? But when you really fucking just start trusting life, it is rigged for you to win. It's almost scary. And like in the beginning, you want to doubt it because it's so unreal. But you could literally freaking connect to the true web of life, your blueprint, and like be carried away. Not that like I said, doubt will creep in. You'll fall into those low vibing ass states. Like you seen that video I just posted? That was actually yesterday when I first got to San Francisco, and I had a moment. I had a moment in the fucking dispensary, fucking a lack. And I was like, I actually just like sent some love to that bud tender because, you know, I was just like, she had to deal with my low vibing ass. But it made me aware, you know? It's like, it's here. And if it's here, it's there for you to use. Like, just think of what you're holding on to. And how foolish it really is, considering that you could walk out your door and life could be done with. So it's like you're holding on to all these things with the hopes of getting another day to use them things. Use them now. You know, I'm not saying be careless and go buy a bunch of fucking meaningless material shit, but like things that assist you along your journey that make your life a little bit easier. There's no problem with that. Not one bit. And so many times we sell ourselves short, you know? We buy the cheap thing to save some money, knowing we deserve the best. But until you say, wow, me saving $3 is just telling me that I'm not worth the best. That's all that's doing. And I'm getting a shittier fucking product. And the moment that you say, no, I do deserve the best, and you start taking that initiation and stepping into that, it will all show up. But it's all about healing, you know? You might have a few issues that are attached to lack, but you think they have nothing to do with one another. You know what I mean? It could be just some type of insecurity within you, but it's also causing lack, right? So you heal that, and then lack ends up getting healed as well. Like, for example, people with addictions, like maybe they smoke, maybe they drink, maybe they, you know, do street drugs and all these other things, and they think they have all these problems. God, I got 7 different habits. No, you really only have one, because the moment you find out why you're falling into this cycle, and you find that one reason, and you address it, and you heal it, them 7 things disappear. Quit thinking you got to address 7 things. All you have to do is address one thing, and then the rest will just fall out. You'll release it. And that should be a tremendous weight off your shoulders, you know? I was like sitting there back in the past, like, God, I got all this fucking shit I need to let go of. And it's like me just dragging around this heavy ass bag, you know, not knowing that it was just one thing. And the moment that I find it, it will be released. But if it's still here in your experience, it's still teaching you, and it needs to be there. So you just be one with it, no matter how fucking much it drives you crazy. This fucking flavor, it's like gummy bear. It reminds me of this juice I first started vaping when I first started vaping. So, yeah. Well, I'm back on the road. Who knows? Isn't that so exciting? Waking up and not knowing what your day's going to be filled with. Not one bit. Maybe I know I'm going to be driving for the most part. I know I'm going to be breathing. I know my mind's going to be thinking. You know, I had this realization in the car about thinking. You know, if you were really the one thinking your thoughts, you would never have to go back and rethink a thought. You know how like you're like thinking in your deep thought, and then something distracts you, and then you're like, fuck, what was I thinking of? And you can't go back to what you were thinking of? Well, if you were the thinker, you would be able to pull that fucking thought right back up willingly, but you can't, because you're not the thinker. You're not the mind. Sometimes you could be the thinker, but for the most part, the mind runs on autopilot. We latch on to whatever thought it's sending us, depending on how much we're attracted to it. And then it just carries us away out of the present moment. But we think we're thinking these thoughts and getting lost with them. But no, they're being thought. All we're doing is latching onto them, thinking we're doing it. So let go of the thought. Let go of the notion that you're the thinker and you're the thinker, or you're creating these thoughts. You know, because I remember I was like, man, what was I thinking of? I was like, fuck, I was thinking of something. I want to rethink that. I like that thought. But, and that's the thing. I was like, that wasn't my thought. It wasn't my thought I created. It just manifested because it's something that I want. It's a goal that I have. And anything's possible. Anything. Gotta dream big. Don't sell yourself short, please. Please don't sell yourself short. Start today. Whatever it is. Just think of one thing that you want to bring into manifestation that will create a better life experience for you. You don't have to have any excuse of why. You don't need to know how you're going to bring it in, how it's going to show up, because you're not doing it. You just need to know what it is and have faith that it'll show up. Other than that, I'm going to get back in this car. Freaking, yeah. Fell into old fucking habits yesterday. Fucking eating garbage. But you know, I was reading one time when I was incarcerated, you read a lot of books, right? And I was reading this Dean Koontz book. I forgot what it was, but it was about this guy. And he was built in a lab. And it's a long story and it's been so long, but pretty much this dude's like a genetically modified human. And he could get shot, fucking tore up, beat up, burnt, and everything. And then all he has to do is just go eat like 20,000 calories. Like he'll go to McDonald's and he'll order like 10 sandwiches and like 5 fries and eat it and then fall asleep, and he'll wake up and his body's completely healed. Gunshots, fucking stabbings, burns, everything. He's healed. And I keep on thinking about that with all the garbage I eat. Like, God gave me a vessel that literally takes care of itself. As long as I take care of this for the most part, and I get my water intake for the most part, and I'm eating vegetables and everything else, let go of everything else for now. And the moment that you don't need it no more, you don't fucking crave it, it'll be gone. Just enjoy it. So many times we fucking just ruin our fucking life experience because we think of all these things that we do and we think we're not supposed to be doing them. But we are. Every last one of them. You know? You just have to ask, like, what is this trying to teach me that I ain't learning? And the moment that I learn it, it will disappear. And with addiction, it's you thinking that your power is outside of you, that your greatness is outside of you. It's something you got to chase, and you don't feel whole. So we use these substances to numb that hole, that void in us. But the moment that, we start doing what we love and feeling the joys of life and following our hearts, that addiction shit will fucking leave. Because then you'll step into your power. You'll know who you are. Like, I had a realization yesterday, like, wow. God experiencing himself. Between that DMT experience I had, where it was like, I temporarily downloaded or signed off my consciousness out of this body. It was fucking the weirdest thing. It kind of resembled, that mushroom experience yesterday kind of resembled that. And it was like, I'm God. And in the spiritual realm, I pretty much just went on the fucking, the main computer, created Michael John and his life story, and then I just hit boop, and next thing you know, I'm fucking on planet Earth, coming out of vagina, starting a new life. But God did that, and I turned into him. This is who I'm playing. This limited character named Michael John, but I'm not limited. Not my true essence. And now you have to consider, if I'm this, then you are too. And so is everybody else out here. So then you have to connect to them and just like, wow, look at, those are just aspects of God experiencing their own creation, whether it's hell on earth or heaven on earth. And the moment that you actually embody that, instead of just intellectually understand it and conceptualize it, you embody it, and you start stepping into that I am presence throughout the day, and just try to separate yourself from the character you're playing for a moment. Because that's all it is a character. It's a bunch of past experiences that you created a story around, that now you identify with and say, that's me. I'm Michael John. I was born in Chicago, Illinois, or Cook County, Illinois, to a single mother, alcoholic father, fucking poor my whole life. You know the story. Fucking in and out of jail, prison, fucking drug addiction. Oh yeah, this is me. This is me. Fucking limited as, no, that's not me. These were just things I experienced to add to my greatness. Because I came here to be relatable. So I needed to go have a wide variety of experiences. And in the beginning, those experiences, like in the beginning of life, your first 30, 35 years might be pretty fucking difficult. You might come to just suffer for the first 35 years to gain that wisdom, so it leads you to your truth. And then the next 35, 40 years, or however left you have on this planet, just fucking a dream on earth, heaven on earth. But that's up to you. It's all up to you. And if you find yourself doing shit because people tell you to do it, but you don't really want to do it, but you don't want to cause confrontation, or you don't want to upset this person, or you don't want this person not to like you, you're going to fucking always be where you're at. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you, because that's just an illusion. Their thought is an illusion. It's an idea they have about you. You have ideas about yourself. A lot of those ideas you don't like. Some of them you do. So, just know that the only opinion that matters at the end of the day is yours. Is your fucking opinion. No one else's. And if you do shit because you want to be patted on the back, you're always going to be fucking let down. You're pretty much handing your power away. Here's my power, and whenever you want to congratulate me for the things that I've just done, I will feel good. I will have permission to feel good. But until then, I'll just sit here and be powerless. No. Clap yourself on the back. Say, great fucking job, man. You're amazing, dude. You're so fucking fearless. You're so courageous. You're super kick-ass. And I love just hanging out with you all fucking day. All day. And we got this. Some people are just gonna feel real bitter. And that's okay. They came here to feel that. Like, whatever is going on in life, nothing's personal. I hold no resentments. Regardless if I accept a person's call, decide to talk to them, nothing's personal. But I know what I'm worth, and I know my true power, and I know what I will accept into my life nowadays. And anybody that tries to base my life off my old story, they got X'd out. And you have to do the same thing, or you're going to keep on recreating that same story, because that's what people are telling you you are. Nothing's outside you. It's all within. It's up to you to find it. Have a motherfucking wonderful day. Love yourself.